All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to NFTCON. My name is Phu Styles from Blockchain PR, and we also have here today with us Rembrandt Flores from EFG PR. And today we'll be talking about the state of marketing in NFTs and what's happening in this crazy, crazy, crazy space of NFTs. So my background is I was let's say learned about Bitcoin in like 2011. I was the first celebrity stylist to accept Bitcoin around 2013. But I got recruited into the blockchain space in 2017. I joined Blockchain PR then, and I've been doing PR and marketing and advisory and started the Women in Blockchain Foundation and a ton of stuff in the space since 2017. So I've seen a lot of things happening, and this whole NFT thing has been crazy. Sorry, I got a call in the middle of this. Sorry
You're
about
back.
that. I'm back. So anyway, so Rembrandt, you want to tell us about yourself and your
Yeah,
background?
so I just got into the metaverse this year. So I know I'm not late, but I'm also not the earliest, but I'm just happy to be here. But my background is more in traditional PR space. I started EFG over 15 plus years ago, and we did, again, traditional PR, entertainment marketing, celebrity outreach, influencer, and then experiential. So we mostly do brands. So like Casper, LG, Diageo, EA, Ubisoft, Sonos, Cameo. Those are some of the brands that we worked with. And again, haven't touched the metaverse yet. So super, super excited. And thank you for sort of like paving the way and introducing me to this world, because I'm ready to dive in and do this, be in the metaverse. So excited.
Yes. Yeah. So for me, having done blockchain PR stuff, we mostly have been doing tokens and blockchain PR and marketing. So I helped launch like EOS and worked with NEM and so many projects I can't even name anymore because there've been so many.
Yeah, yeah.
um, I think I've been part of like over 500 million token launches. It's just so many. Yeah, just launched
Incredible.
an IDO yesterday for or network. But as far as NFTs go, I remember I was there in person when the crypto kitty sold for $140,000 at Ethereal
Wow.
in 2018. And
Wow.
so at that time, we thought that was big. But look what has happened over the past year now.
Right?
NFTs
Whoa.
are bigger than ever. And so for what I'm seeing on my side is I'm getting contacted literally like 5 times a day about various NFT projects.
Right.
And I'm sure you're getting hit up now too, even though you're not even in this world, right?
Yeah,
So
I'm not. And so I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna learn. I want my
yeah,
team to learn. So it's been wonderful to get into this space. But I do have a lot of questions. Obviously, as someone who's like a novice in this space, I would love to ask you a couple of things that I think maybe there's a lot of people who could be watching who probably want to learn as well. Do you mind if we do a quick little
yeah, sure.
Q&A? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So for example, how does one even market and publicize an NFT? Like, where do they begin and who do they go out to? Like, are there NFT publications or websites, or are there certain bloggers or people have big Twitter accounts? How does that work?
Yeah, yeah. So all of it. So,
Okay.
but the thing about NFTs, it's very different. I've seen
Mm,
from traditional blockchain marketing. So what we've been doing for cryptocurrencies and blockchain marketing, we do a lot of crypto media stuff that goes on like a Coin Telegraph or
mm,
CoinDesk, things like that, in addition to traditional PR, such as like a Forbes or a TechCrunch or like
yeah,
a blurb on Good Morning America or CNN or something like
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
But with NFTs, it seems to be all about community, so having a community is really, really important. So we get more people, we see a lot more ROI when there's a Discord set up and having that managed, and along with a Twitter, and having those things done ahead of time, getting ready for a launch. And we do a lot of influencer marketing as well. And I realized that's become like a big key to what we've been doing in the NFT world, especially prior to this. And unfortunately, the person I work with has now passed away, Wolf X Lion, Jin Yu.
Obviously a dear friend of mine as well. So.
Yeah, one of our good friends, and a colleague of mine, because I advise Vest, one of his companies that he helped co-found. And so that was actually how I was doing a ton of NFT marketing up until very recently. And it also depends on like what kind of project we get, right? So if it's like a blue chip, which is what like a big name project, that's much easier to market, right? So, or I get random, really small, unknown people just want to start an NFT. So it's like, from really small to really big names, like the Time magazine thing that we did with Jin, that's huge, right?
Yeah.
And so through him, we managed to do like over 30 million in NFT sales just using Clubhouse pushes,
Yeah.
And so influencer marketing has been a really, really big thing for us. But also, but for people who are really just collectors, NFT collectors, they are just aping out and looking for things on Twitter and through Discord. So we found that doing campaigns through that has been really, really important and works really well.
Yeah.
And having drops and working with doing giveaways with influencers has worked as well. Yeah.
Right. So what's the difference between marketing and publicizing an NFT versus, let's say, what I'm used to, a physical good CPG brand? So how does that work?
Yeah. So like a physical customer, well, the crypto space is crazy, right? So I also have found that everything is, when we're in a bull market, obviously NFTs go demand go up, right? So if there's a lot of people with a lot of cryptocurrency, they want to spend it. So it's all, so when we're helping to launch an NFT, we also look at what's happening in the market. Yeah. And then we figure out like when we should do a launch with that NFT. So it's very different than anything else, and it's hard to predict, right? But I always look at like what's the price of Bitcoin, and looking at the charts on like where Bitcoin is at. So as we see what Bitcoin's doing, then we launch an NFT, and then it's hard to tell what will happen. I can't predict. Right now we're in a bull market, so it's a really good time to launch an NFT because people have a lot of cryptocurrency to spend. So right now, as we're still going through this huge rally, just like keep launching.
Yeah. Okay. So what trends in the space have you been following, if any? Like, what can you tell the audience?
Well, I actually don't follow any trends just because I'm so busy. I'm so busy working with so many launches all the time. I don't have time to follow trends. I guess I'm actually more of like making trends because we're launching projects, and a lot of them I just can't talk about. And I do a lot of things very privately. And so we do a lot of creating trends. So we'll do projects with influencers or with whales or with like my private list and things like that. So things I can't really talk about, but that is creating trends. Yeah.
So do you believe the NFT, where we are in the NFT space right now, do you think it's one big bubble? Like you said, we're in a bull market. Do you think that it's going to end soon? Do you think that it's going to move into a different direction? Or do you think it's going to be here for quite some time before we see any kind of movement the other way?
Well, I'm still really bullish on what's happening in the crypto space. So I still think that, Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000. And so
by the end of the year, you think Bitcoin's going to get to 100K?
Let's hope.
Yeah. What
But
about Ethereum? Where do you think Ethereum is going to be by the end of the year?
I'm hoping at, minimum 4,000, 4,500,
Maybe
let's hope
five.
for 5,000,
Maybe
5,000. Yeah.
5,000. Bitcoin at
Yeah.
100K and then Ethereum at
Yeah.
5.
But again, not a financial advisor.
Right? I'm not
Just
either.
hoping.
No one here is a financial advisor.
Not a financial advisor, but just seeing, trends and what's happening on the crypto side, NFTs follow the crypto market. And but I think the main thing is just getting your your NFT project out there, doing ads, word of mouth, and getting with influencers, so the traditional things.
Yeah.
But the difference with any other type of marketing is really getting a community, getting your
Correct.
Discord and your Twitter.
It's community led, and that's what I found.
Yeah.
Being new to the space, everything has to be community led, because no one wants to go into a project or support a project if it's going to be a cash grab, right? That's not what this space is all about. It's for artists.
Well, sometimes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Sometimes there's sometimes cash grabs. I can't
Really?
I can't not say it's not, because there's lots of things that are just people are doing it just for cash grabs. I mean, that's just been the crypto space for a long time.
I'm curious, Phu, what NFT projects are you closely following?
Well, right now I know there's one that's launching this weekend, Party Degenerates, and because they have this one around World of Women, and since I'm a financial inclusion advocate and founder of Women in Blockchain Foundation, I'm just all about promoting things that have women involved. So that's something I'm really excited about. And also, Seed Phrase, Danny's behind it. And I know he is a huge collector and a huge person in the NFT space. So I really respect what he's doing. And I'm sure it's going to do well just because, he's behind it. So
yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm also a fan of Danny and Party Degenerate. So I'm closely following that. So we'll see this Sunday when they do their drop. So I guess my last question is so where do we go from here? Obviously I feel like the NFT space is super crowded. I feel there's a drop every day. Can that sustain the fact that there's a drop every day? And, Party Degenerates is launching this Sunday, and there's another one launching on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. Is there room for all of them?
Well, that's why I said, as long as you're building your own fan base in a community, there'll be room for you. And I think there's that rule of 1,000. All you need is 1,000 loyal followers. That's the magic number.
Million, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
To sustain something. So not every project is going to be a $60 million, NFT, but just getting, depends on what you're at, so working with really big NFTs that are huge names I can't talk about, but I call those the blue chips that will probably garner at least 10 million plus, right? And then smaller projects that will probably garner under 100K. But I think it's all good as long as the space is booming. And so the one tip I think it's just a plug that I'm very excited about DeFi in Miami, the biggest NFT and DeFi conference.
In December, right?
December,
is that the one that's happening in December at the same time as Art Basel?
Right before Art Basel.
Oh, right,
so I'm really excited about.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that, just because I know that there'll be an opportunity for collectors in the real art space for Art Basel to also come
for physical
and
art
see what's
going on in the NFT space. Yeah.
And I also, the very first NFT art fair that I went to was the LA Art Fair that also featured NFTs. I thought that was really amazing. So things are definitely changing. The metaverse and IRL are definitely coming together. Merging
or gonna coexist, right?
Yeah.
Well,
so
I appreciate you helping a novice like me. And I know there's a lot of people who are watching who are probably new to the space as well. So hopefully this was helpful to the community.
Yeah. And I just wanted to make a little announcement since we're here together. And the reason why
announcement is this? What? Tell them.
We are very excited to have Rembrandt joining blockchain PR as an
Yes,
advisor.
we can finally announce this, that I'm gonna come in as an advisor to blockchain PR. Woo! I'm
Yeah, so we'll
so
get,
excited.
all the stuff that he's been doing with celebrities and bigger brands, and we're going to work together to figure out how to harness all that
Yeah.
into what's happening in the crypto and NFT space, so
Yes.
and blockchain
So
space. Very excited.
Yeah,
so.
I'm very, very thankful and for you giving me this opportunity. And again, I'm just so blessed that you welcome me with open arms, because I'm ready to dive in deep into the community. So thank you again for giving me the opportunity.
Wonderful. And where can you find us? You can find me at Phu Styles on LinkedIn and Twitter and Telegram and all the things.
Exactly.
I mostly use LinkedIn and Telegram, but I know all the NFT people use Twitter. So eventually,
I only use Twitter at Rembrandt Flores, and obviously I'm LinkedIn Rembrandt Flores, and barely use Instagram now because that's not really the space for NFT stuff, but I'm still there at Rembrandt. So if you happen to see, and I'll be on Clubhouse obviously this weekend and whatnot. So I'll be.
And yes, I work with all the people who are on all those things, so that's why I barely use it. So so okay, great. All right, thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your NFT con. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, NFTCon.